So if you're watching this, you're about to watch a video demonstration for a landmine exercise and you're thinking, where the hell do I put the bar? So you can put the bar in two places. The most easy and most accessible way to do landmine exercises is to just shove one part of the bar into the corner of the room. Some people like to wrap the end of the barbell in something like a tennis ball or put a towel down. But if you wedge the end of the bar into the corner of the room, you'll be able to do things like single arm presses, or maybe we're doing single RDLs, or this weird stuff, whatever. And so when you're setting up landmine exercises, you can do two things. The first and most accessible is just shoving one end of the bar into the corner of the room with a towel or a tennis ball if you don't want to scuff it up. And the second is if you have a fancy landmine attachment, which I'll show you in a second. And so if you have a fancy landmine attachment, it'll look something like this, where you can put the bar in, and I'll show you that in a second. You can get these on Amazon. They're not too expensive. I'll have a couple links in the My Favorite Stuff category, or you can just search landmine and you'll find it. And so let's show you how to put this in, and then we'll get going. And you just slide it in like that, and it's a little bit more secure. And whichever one you have, it'll obviously allow you to kind of rotate and pivot. And then, of course, whatever you're doing, presses or what have you, works really well and it's pretty safe. So for a landmine oblique twist, you have your landmine in your landmine attachment or in the corner of the room like we discussed. You're gonna pick up the barbell, have one hand kind of on top of the other here. Feet are shoulder width, maybe a smidge outside that, but not super wide, roughly shoulder width like this. And then what you're going to do is with straight arms, you're going to turn to one side and bring that barbell all the way down almost to your pocket. See how my outside foot has pivoted, but my inside foot has not. That's okay. So let's go through a couple reps and then we'll talk about it. And so I'm not bending my knees and doing this big full body twist. I'm pivoting my outside foot, but I'm keeping my chest relatively tall. Arms nice and straight. Smooth movement, not explosive. You're not flinging it over to the other side. Nice and smooth. You will feel your delts working, your shoulders, your arms working a little bit too, but you're going to get a lot of oblique sensation, provided you're not flinging back and forth through the movement. And so from the top, landmine goes in the corner of the room or your landmine attachment. Both hands at the top of the bar, feet shoulder width, arms nice and straight, pivoting that outside foot, bringing the barbell down into your pocket with straight arms, nice and smooth, moving it to the other side. If you're going to bend your knees, keep it to a minimum. It doesn't need to be this big flinging back and forth, more athletic stance. I want the feet shoulder width, knees either locked or soft bend, arms straight, pivot that outside foot, nice and smooth, side to side. If you're gonna add weight, obviously you add the weight here, but I would master this with just the barbell because it's easy to add up some weight here and then use a lot more of this sort of stuff to get through the movement, and I'd rather you guys master it with just the bar first.